Welcome to this week's edition of the OCU Athletics Update. I'm Andrew Himes, and this week we're talking to Superstar Athlete of the Week, Chase Jensen, and baseball coach, Denney Crabaugh.
I'm here with Superstar of the Week, Chase Jensen. The senior from Arlington, Texas was named SAC Player of the Week for going 10 for 15 in 4 games against Wayland Baptist. He hit 9 RBIs, 4 home runs, and 2 triples. So what does being named SAC Conference Player of the Week mean to you?
Well, I guess it's an honor, but I'm just glad I could get good swings on the ball to help my team win.
What was your approach at the plate during this series?
I've just lately tried to really simplify things, see ball, hit ball, and it's been working out lately. So.
The team is 41-9 on the season. What do you expect heading into the postseason?
I mean, we've came a long way in the last couple of weeks, I feel like, and we've been playing real good ball, coming together as a team, and I feel like we're going to go into the postseason really strong and go to Lewiston strong.
You've named Rangers Ballpark in Arlington your favorite sports venue. What do you like so much about that?
It's just the place I grew up around. I've been going to games for years, and my mom used to work there, so huge Rangers fan, and just that's the only stadium I know, really.
Can you tell us something about yourself that people don't necessarily know?
Well, my real name is Peter, and not many people know that, but
well, thank you for joining us, Peter.
Yep.
The Stars will finish the regular season with a pair of doubleheaders against Rogers State and will host a SAC tournament on May 1st through the 4th.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org.
Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to baseball coach Denney Crabaugh. The Stars moved into the top spot in the NAIA rankings after a sweep of Lubbock Christian. And, Coach, talk about that 4-game series with Lubbock, a sweep for your team. Close games, but you came out with a win in all 4 and top 5 opponent. What did that series do for your team?
Well, it did a lot. First of all, it was even a miracle we even played that series at our place, because 2 days before the series started on Wednesday, we had the ice storm that brought down the net and snapped 3 of our poles and took out 60 feet worth of fence. And our facility guys, Mark Klaus and those guys, the next day on Thursday, got all the poles up, repaired the damaged fence, hung up all the panels, and we were basically ready to go the next day. I mean, we were ready to go next day to play Lubbock in a series. And then that series was outstanding series, outstanding baseball. I mean, we had 3 one-run ball games. We pitched well the whole series, had good timely hits, and I think it was a coming of age of our team. I know we kind of struggled a little bit the week before, but during Lubbock, a quality opponent, I think our guys showed what they're capable of doing at the national level, and I was really proud at the effort that they had.
Your team is number 1 in the NAIA in fielding percentage. How's your defense come together this year?
Well, the defense and the pitching is what's keeping us going. I mean, it's no secret our offense has been inconsistent over the years, but our defense has really kept us in, and that's one thing I've told our guys before. I've really been proud about them, is that even though some of them are struggling offensively time to time, they haven't let it affect their defense. And the fact that we lead the country in defense and fielding percentages just shows a testimony to how good they really are defensively, and they've won a lot of good games for us, defense.
Pitching staff has been quality as well. Derek Howell among the nation's leaders in earned run average. Cody Crabaugh among the nation's leaders in wins. Talk about your pitching staff.
Well, they've been great all year long. I mean, they've been the backbone of what we've done all year. They've been consistent. There's only been 2 games, I think, this year where that you can qualify as kind of blowout games, and even one of them wasn't really a blowout. We got beat, but we had a lead this past weekend. But they've been consistent all year long. Derek has come out and been the anchor of the staff. He gets us off in our first game of the conference series to a great start, and guys know that he's going to go out and give them their best. And Cody's done the same thing. He's gone out and had a really good year, and he's won a lot of ball games. Derek, I've told him more than once, hey, he's the pitcher our offense hates the most, because he's been on the short end of a couple of where he hadn't given up a run or given up one run and gets a no-D or gets a loss.
How do you feel about where your team is heading into the final series of the regular season with Rogers State?
I think we're in a good shape. I see signs in the Lubbock series, then last week against Wayland. I see our offense starting to click and become more consistent. I know Chase had a great weekend last weekend. Forrest Smith had a great weekend last weekend. And I just see it starting to come together, and I think we're starting to peak. And then yesterday against Wayland, we picked up the offense where we left off in Wayland, and I'm really happy where we're at right now, because our pitching, Cody and Derek have been solid all year. Shane Henderson and Ryan Gibson are both coming back. They're starting to click and giving us quality innings, and I just see the whole thing coming together at the time when we need it to come together, and I'm really excited about the next 3 weeks.
It's not so new anymore, but the bats that were introduced a couple of years ago have really changed the game quite a bit. What are your feelings on that? Of course, your team down in batting average and home runs per game, all those hitting statistics, and one of the best hitting teams in the nation traditionally. So obviously, it's had a big impact on you. How do you feel about those?
Well, it is. They're doing exactly what they were designed to do, is to drop the offense in the game all across the country, because everybody's getting tired of 21 to 15 ball games, and me included. Those are fun offensive games, but they're not fun to sit around. So I think they've done what they're capable of doing. The problem I have with them right now, I think a lot of people, especially kids growing up, start thinking, well, you can't have power with them. You can't sit there and try to be offensive. You got to do a lot more small game, and we're developing a generation of kids, hitters that are coming up that aren't thinking, hey, I can drive the ball with this bat. And of course, with us and our offensive philosophy over the years, that's a little against what we think, because we enjoy the long ball and we enjoy the power. But I think it's been good for baseball all around. There's tighter ball games and they're much cleaner games, and it puts more emphasis on the defense. Unfortunately, that's where we've been able to excel lately, and one of the reasons. So I've got no problem with them.
All right, we're talking to baseball coach Denney Crabaugh. The Stars entering into their final conference series of the season against Rogers State this weekend. Postseason play coming up, both Sooner Athletic Conference and opening round national tournament hosted at Jim Wade Stadium. That's it for this week's edition of the OCU Athletics Update. Check back every week for all the latest in OCU sports.